Hello there and welcome to my guide for painting Khorne Berzerkers from Warhammer 40,000. If you enjoyed this guide, please remember to give the video a like and the channel a subscribe. So the very first thing I've done is sprayed them with some Sanguine Red spray from Colourforge. You might have to use a little bit of Mephiston Red just to tidy any areas where the spray might have missed. From there, we're going to move over to the most time-consuming section of this entire video, which is going to be painting all of that trim on the armor. For that, we're going to be using some Retributor Armour. Once we've got that out of the way, we're then going to wash the entire model with some Agrax Earthshade. Once that wash has dried, we're then going to go in, and I'm going to use some Mephiston Red very carefully to start highlighting all of that red armor, making sure I avoid any of the recesses as well. I'm mostly focusing on the areas that the light would catch the most. Then I'm going to edge highlight all of that red using a little bit of Wild Rider Red. For the gold sections, I'm going to use a 50-50 mix of Retributor Armour and Stormhost Silver to edge highlight all of that gold trim. With the majority of the armor out of the way, I'm now going to move on to the undersections for their undersuit, and I'm going to start by painting that with some Abaddon Black. And I'll stick with the Abaddon Black to paint any of the weapon casings that aren't gold. Next, I'm going to paint any belts and holsters using a little bit of Catachan Flesh. Any loincloths I'll be painting with some Barak Nar Burgundy. And then all those silver sections that are dotted everywhere are going to be painted with some Leadblecher. Then I'm going to wash every single bit of those last three paints we've just painted with some Nuln Oil. So that's starting from the Abaddon Black to the Leadblecher. After that wash is dried, I'll start by highlighting the black using some thinned down Mechanicus Standard Grey. Then for the bolts and holsters, we're going to use a 50-50 mix of Catachan Flesh and Questor Flesh. Then to start highlighting the silver, I'm going to use a 50-50 mix of Stormhost Silver and Leadblecher. And then I'm going to start picking out all the rivets and dots and various little bits that are poking out on the armor using Stormhost Silver just by itself. To paint the straps that are on the weapon's handles, I'm going to be using a little bit of Rakarth Flesh. And then I'm going to paint any skulls or horns and things like that dotted around their bodies with a little bit of Wraithbone. Then I'll wash both the Rakarth Flesh and the Wraithbone with some Agrax Earthshade. Try to make sure you get it in the eye sockets as well for the skulls. While that wash dries, we're going to start sorting out and highlighting the Barak Nar Burgundy, and we're going to use a 50-50 mix of Barak Nar Burgundy and matte white. This is mostly an edge highlight. And then we'll start on any exposed skin. For darker skin, I'll start with a base coat of Catachan Flesh. And for any darker skin, I'll use a base coat of Bugmans Glow. I'll then wash all that skin with some Reikland Fleshshade. By now, the wash on the handles and the straps on there should have dried, so I'm simply going to relayer the Rakarth Flesh, taking a lot of care to avoid any of the recesses. Sorry about the blurry picture, I didn't realise I was that close to my camera. Then for the Wraithbone, we'll relayer the Wraithbone, making sure we avoid any of the recesses. And this is a good opportunity if you missed any of the eye sockets to go back in and just dob a little bit of Agrax Earthshade in there. We'll continue to highlight the skulls using a 50-50 mix of Wraithbone and matte white, and this is focused on the areas where the light would catch the most. Any helmetless heads with eyes, we'll start with a base coat of Abaddon Black. This will be followed by some matte white. And then lastly, Abaddon Black again for the pupils. With the eyes out of the way, I'm going to carry on with the skin, and I'll start by using a 50-50 mix of Catachan Flesh and Questor Flesh for the darker skin. And this will be followed by Knight's Questor Flesh just by itself to pick out the areas where the light would catch the most and to basically really expose those muscles. For lighter skin, I'll use a 50-50 mix of Bugmans Glow and Cadian Fleshtone. This will then be followed by Cadian Fleshtone just by itself, and with each successive highlight we're trying to aim more where the light would catch. This will then be followed by a 50-50 mix of Cadian Fleshtone and Kislev Flesh, and this time we're focusing on the more predominant areas such as knuckles, noses, brows, that sort of thing. All of these skin sections have pipes and tubes running through them, so I'm going to basically highlight the pipes and the tubes using, or pick out I should say, not highlight, using some Abaddon Black. There are also some sort of other sort of piping that I'm going to paint with some Leadblecher. To add a little bit of colour variation on the models, there's a couple of them that have got like a furry thing hanging down, so I'm going to paint that furry thing with some Warpstone Glow. And then to paint the helmeted eyes, I'm going to use some Caliban Green, which I'm going to follow up with a very small highlight of Orruk Flesh. As for the green furry things, I'm just going to go in and wash that with a little bit of Beil-tan Green. To paint the plasma weapons, I'll start with a base coat of Temple Guard Blue. I'll then give that a thin wash using some Aethermatic Blue. While that dries, I'm going to add some Astrogranite to the bases to get them closer to the finish line, but you can base yours however you wish. I'm then going to go ahead and use a little bit of Baharroth Blue to start highlighting all of that plasma weaponry. I want to leave a little bit of the darkness at the bottom though. And then I'm going to use a 50-50 mix of Baharroth Blue and matte white to paint the sort of very center and the edges, so it looks like that's where the brightest sections are. Then I'm going to use some Mechanicus Standard Grey to finish off any areas where the Khorne Berzerkers' feet are. And once that's dry and the Astrogranite is dried, I'm going to be using a quick once over with a little bit of Wraithbone. Then finally, I'll neaten up the rims with a little bit of Abaddon Black. And with that, that's these guys finished. Normally I don't enjoy painting Chaos that much because of all that trim, but I've got to say there's something satisfying about painting these Khorne Berzerkers. They are really, really lovely models. This method doesn't take too long either, only coming in approximately 10 hours for all 10 models, so that's pretty much just 1 hour per model. Starting with that base coat of red really does help speed things up. If you follow this guide and you found it useful, please give the channel a subscribe and the video a like and maybe a share to your fellow 40k brethren. All of that good stuff is much appreciated. And of course, we've got other paint guides on the channel from ranging all sorts of different games: Master Universe Battleground, Star Wars Shadowpoint, Marvel Crisis Protocol, more 40k stuff, a little bit of the old world. I'm getting Age of Sigmar soon. Somebody's starting to turn up for Age of Sigmar as well. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Goodbye for now.